Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. Today is Friday, TGIF baby. And what a great time for you and me to check out gear in my basement. So today we have this, the JX-50 by WestCreek guitars. The JX-50 is like a steroid version of the JX-20. Obviously, it's a Strat style guitar, but this one boasts two beefy humbuckers with push-pull coil splits, three-way toggle, nice contoured heel, belly cut. Looks like they beefed up the trem with 4 springs, roasted maple neck, reverse headstock, nice roller string trees, bone nut. Don't quote me on this, but I believe we're looking at stainless steel frets. Really nice inlay work. Look at that. Truss rod wheel adjustment at the heel. Typical 6-saddle Strat style trem. And kind of Van Halen-ish paint scheme. I like it. Not very heavy, but 7.6 pounds. On my scale anyway. And yeah, see what this is all about. So a friend of mine bought this guitar, told me do a demo on it, set it up, and then send it to me. I'm like, okay, let's do this. At first look, fit and finish is very nice. The plastic is peeling off the back cover a little bit. That's not a big deal. I don't see any major flaws. Really nice grain on the back of the neck. Like that. Just the standard WestCreek tuners, not non-locking. Headstock looks nice. So, 2 things that I would correct immediately. String alignment is off. E string is riding on the edge of the frets over here, while the small E pushed in quite a bit. So the neck needs an adjustment. And the saddles have a good inclination to them. I like it. I wouldn't want them any taller than that. The bridge plate is nice and flush to the body, so that's good. However, the saddle height screws, especially on the A, D, G, and B strings, are really high. So it's almost like they use a different length of screws for those. I would definitely change those. That's it. But the main thing is, what does it sound like? I have seen some videos of this exact color scheme guitar, and there's a few different colors. You guys can look online and have a look at. But all the videos I've watched, they seem to just like tune it up, plug it in, and it plays like fantastic. And you know, guys, as much as I'd like to believe that that is the case, I find that hard to believe. I can't even walk into my music store, pick up a $1,000 Fender, and have it play right. It needs some adjusting. Most of those $1,000 brand name guitars hanging on the wall of the music store have been there for months, maybe a year. And, you know, humidity changes, weather changes, people opening, closing the doors at the music store, right? Like, it affects wood. And those guitars need truss rod adjustments. Most of them need action height adjustments. A lot of them need fretwork and nut slot height adjustments to be perfect. So I never expect a budget guitar, although, you know, really nice, to be a perfect player out of the box. It doesn't make sense. Why would a company spend all that time and effort to make a guitar perfect and then ship it across the continent where it's going to be bounced around, thrown around, put in a warehouse, you know, shipped to you maybe 4 or 5 months later? It doesn't make sense. They know things are going to move around. So I think they just do a general setup and assume that people buying these guitars probably can tweak them themselves or have a guy who can tweak them. Some people always tell me, why would I want to buy something online? It's so risky. No, well, the advantage is you save a ton of money. You get to tweak it the way that you want. I guarantee you, you're going to have to tweak it. So I'm always a little bit skeptical when I watch videos of people demoing these guitars and they're perfect out of the box. Now, I like WestCreek. I love their stuff. They got great stuff. I have yet to have one that I did not have to work on to bring it to its full potential. I just haven't. And that's the bottom line. But I can say the same thing with Fender. I've never had a Fender or a Gibson come into my room here from friends or people I know or just customers that have seen me on YouTube or whatever asking me to fix their guitars where it was like, wow, this thing needs nothing. It's just perfect. No, it never is, right? But people automatically assume because the name on the headstock is one that they've heard for 60, 70 years that it's good. It can be good, but it's probably not out of the box. It's just not. And I'm going to get slack for this, and you guys can post in the comments. That's fine. But that is my experience. And if your experience is different, you're lucking out. You are lucking out big time because I have yet to see it. I've owned Fender Telecasters since the 80s, and I have not had one that I did not have to take to a luthier before I got sick and tired of it and decided to do my own work. Let's plug this thing in, see what it can do, and see what needs to be done with this thing. And that way you guys know, if you buy one, there's a good chance that whatever issues I find here, you'll find similar ones with yours. Okay, just finished tuning it up. So acoustically, we have this. It's not bad. It's got some good resonance to it. Guaranteed this guitar is going to go out of tune. I didn't stretch the strings, didn't lubricate the knot, didn't check if the knot was filed properly, just want to see if it plays out of the box. Not bad for staying in tune. Middle position, still full volume, full tone. Wow. Neck position. Oh. So we got fretting out here. So the 15th fret is high on this thing. If that's the only one, that's pretty good. So that's not fretting out, that's just my fingers are too big for these frets because there's 24 of them. All right, let's try split the bridge. Now these pickups aren't adjusted either. They're quite far away from the strings. But, so split. Yeah, see, they're far away from the strings, so you don't get as much spank for sure. And you're going to lose half your coil, so. I think it's cool that you can split a pickup. I've been playing in bands for a lot of years. Not that I'm good, but just I play with good people. So it kind of brings me up to the level, right? But I have never felt that I needed to go from humbucker to single coil in a certain song. Like ever. I maybe turn the volume down a little bit or just, step on a boost or whatever. But I just don't see the use of having a humbucker that can turn into a single coil. Because there's going to be a volume drop. It's not going to be the same. And that drives me crazy. Now, if someone could come up with a humbucker that you split and there'd be a built-in preamp somewhere in the circuit so that the split coil mode would be as loud as the humbucker, then I'd be interested. Then that might be cool, right? Because then you could have a humbucker and a single coil guitar in one. But anytime you split a humbucker, whoop, it's gone. So your 15K humbucker, you pull that coil, it's now a 7 or 8K pickup, right? Or your 8K humbucker is now a 3.5 or 4K pickup. So I don't know. I don't see the use. If you want a humbucker guitar, get one. If you want a single coil guitar, get one. Or I guess for someone who's just practicing at home, I'm just kind of talking more for the person who wants to go out and jam or play music, or like if you were splitting these coils, and you'd be constantly adjusting your amp, or you'd need an EQ pedal to compensate for the drop in volume. And I don't know if it's coming out in the video, but this is big and full in the bridge position. Very spanky. And then this is split. It just loses everything. Now maybe if I bring that pickup close to the strings, it won't be as noticeable. I don't like split coil features on guitars. I don't. I've never had. And then the neck. So here's the full neck. And here's split. See, that's not too bad. Oh, that's because it's not doing anything. Oh, that's because I'm not in the neck. Sorry. Professional. All right, here's the neck. Here's the full neck. Here's split. It's a nice tone. It's just you lose too much volume. So here's full again. Pull. I don't know. To everyone their own. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Middle position, full. And middle position, split. It's not that the sound is bad, you just lose the decibels. This thing is staying in tune pretty good. Let's try some Pinnacle Deluxe heavy gain. Sustains forever. Is that high breath? Starting to go out of tune. Neck. Feels good. It's like a C shape, but it's just got more meat to it. It's comfortable on the thumb. It's kind of nice. Middle position with some gain. Getting pitchy now. See? There you go. I rest my case. Not perfect. Good? Yes. Perfect? No. No. So this thing needs a setup. Surprise, surprise. The bridge seems fairly stable. It didn't seem to move when I was bending. So held pitch, fine. The pitchiness, like the strings going out of tune, are probably because these are old strings or cheap strings. And the nut's probably not been properly filed or cleaned or whatever. And definitely not lubricated. Ooh. So that neck has very little relief in it. That's actually where I would have mine. And that E string right there is just like barely moving. A little bit. See that? There's a little bit of movement, but not much. So that means that that neck is pretty darn straight. And we only had one issue with the high fret. That doesn't mean there aren't other inconsistencies. That 15th fret is definitely a problem that will have to be addressed. Check the nut height. So I'm just fretting at the 3rd fret. Right, and then I'm going to check at the 1st fret, see how much movement of the string we have. You should have little to no movement when you do this. So fret the 3rd, and then we check. Ooh, very little movement on the E. A little bit more on the A. Quite a bit on the D. The G is okay. The B is high. and the E is high. So inconsistent string heights across the neck. That would have to be addressed. There you go. So there's one tuning issue. Here I can pop off the back cover, so just to show you what it looks like. All right, so here are the open cavities. Some nice wiring, all zip tied in there. 2 push-pull pots. We've got a green chiclet on the tone. We've got a real Gibson-style toggle switch. Yeah, really good. Looks like shielding paint. So I got my meter out. Don't know if you can see the number there. I'll just give it a touch here. Yippers, we got shielding paint in there. It's good. I think we got shielding paint in here. Yep, we're shielded everywhere on this guitar. So that's cool. WestCreek, you know, they kind of take care of the little details, and I like that. For a budget company, I think they offer a great product. So we got 4 springs back here. We got a good sized block. Right? It's pretty beefy. I mean, it's thin here where the springs go into, but then it flares out, and it's hard to tell because it's black on black. That's a fairly thick block at the top as you get closer to the actual bridge plate. And yeah, took the neck off. Neck pocket's super nice and clean. No issues there whatsoever. Really nicely done. Anyway, I know there's a bunch of dust here, but there is a small little crack, just a finish crack right in here. I can pull on this all I want. That's nice and solid. It's just a typical Stratocaster pocket, you know, finish crack. Anyway, not a big deal. Saddles, like I mentioned earlier, these screws are going to get changed. And yeah, so that's it. Really nice unit, in and out. I gotta say. And this is mahogany, right? It's mahogany body. So it's not like they're using the cheapest materials out there. Already got the neck on the bench to address that high fret, and then I'll repolish, reassemble this thing, and you know, that'll be it. I don't think I'll show you guys a part 2, but if you guys really want to see one, post it in the comments and I'll let you know how everything went. But I don't foresee any issues with this guitar whatsoever. So you guys take care. God bless. Thanks for checking this out. Let me know what you think. Have a good one.